Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Fitzgerald, and I'm starting a series called Sacred Journeys. And these journeys I did for over 7 years, where I was privileged to travel with some of the most spiritually aware people in the world, all of whom are best-selling authors. And in this first one, where we go through Sacred Britain, I did that with David Wilcock. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So David Wilcock is a good friend of mine. He's the author, three-time author of best-selling books on the New York Times, and he is one of the experts that is recurring on History Channel's most popular show called Ancient Alien. So it was a privilege for me to travel with David. We traveled together with groups that I organized for about 7 years all over the world. And one of the tours that we did was to England. And here, of course, we see a cityscape of England and the famous Big Ben Church here, or Tower. And we wanted to do this trip because England is such a sacred place. People don't realize how sacred it is sometimes, and some of the fascinating things that go on there. So we'll explore that real quickly in this video. This is a picture of me and David actually taken when we were in the Canadian Rockies. So back to England, when we arrived, we had about 33 people with us, all enthusiasts that followed David. And we started in London. We were there for 2 nights, and we did a city tour of London. Of course, we went to Buckingham Palace, which is what you see here. And those city tours last about 3 to 4 hours, and we saw all the major sites before we started heading into the countryside. And the primary reason that we wanted to do this tour is we wanted to explore, believe it or not, crop circles. Because between June and usually the end of August, but it's most active at the end of June into July, in the town of Wiltshire, England, it's usually just this town that they occur, these crop formations pop up. And you can see one here, and look at the fine detail of this formation. Now, I know a lot of people go, they're man-made, they're not real, blah, blah, blah. And some of them are man-made, but most of them are not. Here's why, and I'll show you how you can tell the difference. Excuse me. Basically, look at the intricacy of this particular design. There is no way, unless somebody was flying a helicopter above and directing people on how to do this perfectly, there's just no way they could get the symmetry that some of these very, very complicated designs entail. And when these crop circles pop up, they basically pop up instantly. And what they do during the season, the crop circle season, is they actually have a little plane that goes out every day, and it monitors all the crops in Wiltshire, looking for crop circles that basically have popped up overnight. I mean, that's how many pop up. And when we were there doing our tour, we were in Wiltshire for 3 days. And we were lucky enough, we saw a new crop circle every day. And we were one of the first people inside a crop circle when it was first discovered. I mean, we were on the road early in the morning. It's kind of like chasing a tornado in a way. You hear one's been formed, and some people will go and start to check it out. And we were like first ones there in a brand new crop circle, which is really cool because you can feel the energy. Now, here's an interesting one. David is an author. He's one of the world's leading experts when it comes to extraterrestrial life. And this was a crop circle that formed literally overnight. There is no way humans could do something like this overnight. It's pretty much impossible. But when you're in a crop circle, here's how you can tell a real as compared to a fake. Because real ones are made with energy. So it's just like a whoosh, push down of energy. And the crops are bent over and the nodes are expanded. When it's man-made, the crops are pushed down and it's broken. So you can tell the difference that way. So once we left Wiltshire, we motored along and we wanted to go explore Glastonbury. Now, Glastonbury is one of the most sacred places in England. And on the way, we actually stopped at Stonehenge. I mean, you can't go on a tour to England without stopping at Stonehenge, which, of course, we've all seen pictures of Stonehenge, which is a rock monolith circle that basically on the solstice every year the pagans come there and people from all over the world and they're allowed in. If you go during that cemetery, you can actually go into the stones, but any other time you're set back a huge distance. So we were in Glastonbury. Now, Glastonbury is famous for its festival every year. It's a gathering place for people that really relate to paganistic rituals. Now, when you say pagan, a lot of times people think, "Oh my God, it's like anti-Christianity." Couldn't be further from the truth. Glastonbury basically is where Joseph of Arimathea came after the crucifixion of Christ. And he founded this abbey we're looking at here right around the 7th century. And that's when it was built. So Glastonbury is one of those places that dates back hundreds and hundreds of years. It is considered the burial place. They actually found graves of King Arthur and his wife. Of course, that's never actually been proven, but most people feel that that is the burial place of the mystical King Arthur, which the actual monarchy of England is based on the mythology of King Arthur. So King Arthur really is that symbolic mythology that England follows, the whole knighthood and that sort of thing. And that understanding that mythology, because it's very, very deep mythology, is a whole nother video. But just to touch on it a little bit, the the round table and of course Excalibur, the sword of truth, and pulling it from the stone is very symbolic of pulling your consciousness from the physical dimension. And of course Camelot is a divine way to rule your mind, which is uniting the superconscious mind or higher mind with the subconscious mind. And that's what King Arthur did with England, is he united England. And his when he was king, it was known as Camelot, which is the divine way to rule. So we explored the mythology a little bit of King Arthur. Of course, the 12 Knights of the Round Table, very symbolic of the 12 apostles, the 12 tribes of Israel, 12 signs of the zodiac, the king always representing the 13th, which is the number for claiming your divinity. So it gets very esoteric when you really dive into it. And some of the interesting places there that we explored, we're looking at here. This is the Chalice Well. You can see the Vesica Pisces, that geometric formation of the interlocking circles. Very, very important for sacred geometry. And this well has never gone dry, even during the most severe droughts in England. And this is where Joseph of Arimathea supposedly came and took the chalice or the Holy Grail and blessed this well. And so Again, very sacred site in England. And the other site that's right next to the Chalice Well, this is at the base of a hill. On top of the hill is the Tor. Now, the Tor represents the masculine aspect. The Chalice Well and the waters that flow from the well represent the feminine aspect of divinity. So when you hike up to the Tor, it is a tower with no roof because they want the divine energy flowing in from the top, which is very symbolic. If you follow any kind of esoteric teachings of divine energies coming through your crown chakra, if you know what chakras are in the body, they're the esoteric spinning wheel. So chakra means spinning wheel or energy spinning wheels. And the body has 7 major chakras, crown chakra being the above one. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you a quick little tour of the sacred sites that me and David in our group saw. If you enjoyed it, by all means, subscribe. I want to continue to do more of these, and I appreciate all of your support. And hit that notification bell, and also comment below if you want to add to any of the videos. If you have any video ideas, I'd be more than happy to honor them. Peace out.